What is going on? What is going on, everyone? Today is our 45th Town Hall. Super excited to be here today. Just excited for everything that's to come. As always, Alad, how has your week been, man? What's been going on?
Good week. A lot is going on. Starting to feel the holidays coming, Black Friday, and we have also big announcements about that. But yeah, I think that for us, this is exactly the time to gear up because this is when people they are slowing down. People, other companies, competitors, etc. And this is
You're
exactly where
sleepy.
we shine.
They
So
get
we
sleepy.
are we are
Yeah.
planning to do a lot during the holidays.
Mhm.
Hopefully, release more crazy features. You'll hear about them. But yeah, exciting as always. How was your week, man?
Week was good, man. Like I said, always a new opportunity to learn something new about Evmux and our community and what they bring to the table. So I'm really excited about that. And as always, we have some amazing people in the chat. Always want to go ahead and give them some thanks. Darius is in the house. We got Domino Entertainment is here. We got Tina, hi from Florida. Hey, your neighbors. We got Iran from Tel Aviv. Ha. Web Squadron. You got Zan the Man. You got who we got here? Lockheed. We got Dima, we got Trumpet Master, we got In the Basement with Next Steps in KC, we got Grandma Joe in the house, and we got Susan. Love it. Love to see some new and familiar faces. If it's your first time in the town hall, let me tell you a little bit about how we run the town halls. So typically we like to go ahead and just kick off and talk about the topic of the day. Today we're going to talk about how you can engage with your viewers directly inside of Evmux. That's going to be the topic. Then typically we like to talk about why we incorporated that feature, what was our thoughts behind it, and then we like to do a demo video showcasing that feature in use. And then we dive into our favorite part, which is our Q&A session. So throughout the whole town hall, feel free to ask questions and we will address them in the order that they were received. So let's go ahead and get dived in. Alad, let's talk about the feature where you can reply back to your viewers on select platforms when you're live. So why was that something that needed to be added? And let's just talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So it's everything. It comes back to the ease of use and making it easy for clients. And in the live streaming world, it's extremely important because even if you're using a web-based platform like Evmux, it still takes some resources from your computer. Okay, so having Evmux open and then having another tab of YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, depends to how many different platforms you are streaming to, it's going to take a lot from your computer, and sometimes it's not even possible. So then people, maybe they are not replying, they try to do workarounds like using their phone for that, and crazy stuff that to make it work for them. And maybe just a step back, we're talking about getting the comments from wherever you're streaming to. Now we're supporting YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook to get comments in. You get the comments in Evmux, but until recently, you couldn't reply back. You could see the comments really easily. You could highlight them, which is really nice. Let's take just an example here of this smile. I highlighted it, no problem. I could react verbally and say thank you and stuff like that, of course, but I couldn't reply back to the chat. And what we added after, and that's again listening to the community all the time, and a lot of people asking that a lot. Now we can reply back, and I think it's a game changer because again, it was possible to do it per platform in another tab, but it is really hard when you're live streaming to have different tabs open, and sometimes it can even make your stream not in the highest quality, freezes, stuff like that. So now you don't have to worry about that. Within Evmux, you can get the comments, highlight them, and reply to the chat if you want to.
Yep.
So I love it.
And I think it's a great feature. I think it got used a lot. I think it was last week. We had some people asking about certain videos, and instead of having to go ahead and just say, hey, go check us out on YouTube, able to utilize the reply feature to be able to go ahead and drop in the video links and just be able to provide information. So it's also good to be able to provide information to your viewers like, hey, check out this link for this article that I got, this PDF that I have to download. It's a great tool to be able to share links directly to the users on those platforms as well. So really, really, really excited about that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into the demo video so you guys can see how this feature truly works, see what platforms it's available for, so that way you can get a grasp of it and start utilizing it in your next live stream. So let's go ahead and show that demo video now. If you stream to multiple platforms at the same time, you no longer need to have multiple tabs open to be able to engage with your community. In today's video, I'm going to show you how directly inside of Evmux, you're able to go ahead and have just one tab, the Evmux Live Studio Editor, to be able to go ahead and reply to your users directly inside of Evmux. So let's go and jump into my Evmux account so I can show you what this actually looks like. So once you're inside of your Evmux account, you're going to be inside of your Live Studio Editor. You're going to see here where you normally access your comments for your viewers on social platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and things of that sort. So you're going to see here a new option that's going to give you the ability to be able to go ahead and decide on replying back to comments. You can select all destinations, meaning that when you submit the comment here and you say this is a test, that's going to go ahead and send it out to all of the destinations that you are live streaming to. You then have the option to select a specific platform that you want to reply. Let's say you have a viewer that's just watching you on YouTube and they're not on Facebook. You can simply go ahead and select YouTube, and this is going to go ahead and comment on your behalf with your YouTube account on your YouTube channel for your viewers to be able to see. So if you're not able to respond verbally, you're able to respond back in a comment, and the same you're able to do for a Facebook. So what I want to see here is that there are some destinations that you cannot post to. So once you come here, you're going to select learn more, and you're going to see the platforms that are currently supported. On the left hand side, you're going to see all of the platforms. Here on the right hand side, you're going to see all the ones that have a check, meaning that say red. Those are the ones that you're able to go ahead and read. So those are comments that you're able to go ahead and see inside of Evmux without any issue. Then the ones that say reply, they have a check mark. These are the platforms that you're able to go ahead and utilize Evmux for to be able to go ahead and reply back to your viewers. So you'll see here that you have Facebook page, you'll have a YouTube channel, and you have a Twitch profile. And in the future, a lot of these destinations, what's going to be available will change and update. But you can see here just how powerful this is to once again be able to utilize Evmux not only for recording and live streaming, but also for engaging in with your community without having to have multiple tabs open. Now, if you want to learn how to be able to stream to multiple destinations at the same time and select different titles and schedule live streams, go ahead and watch this video right here where I walk you step by step on how to schedule a live stream for a future date. That way you can build up excitement for that event. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. So you can see here, just like that you can realize that Evmux is listening to the things that you're looking for. It was asked that you wanted to be able to go ahead and reply to comments for your viewers on certain social platforms, and the feature is now available. And you saw how easy it is to be able to navigate between sending a message to all the platforms you're streaming to that are approved in the list, or selecting a chat like YouTube or Facebook. And that leads into a question that we had got from Web Squadron that said, has anyone streamed to Facebook and YouTube at the same time and been able to pick up and reply to comments from both platforms? As I used to find that Evmux only allowed me to reply to the YouTube stream. So this is a great question to address a lot. So why don't you go ahead and help him out there?
Yeah, for sure. So he's right that when we just launched it, it was working only for YouTube first. But then pretty quickly we added the ability to comment back also to Facebook page, not to Facebook group. So for now, this is what's possible. To be honest, people, the crazy thing that people asked for was to reply back to YouTube. Like we just see that currently in Evmux, this is the #1 platform. Maybe it will change. We are always monitoring that. So YouTube was the most important one to release. Now you can also comment to Facebook page. So again, you can easily toggle there to reply to all the platforms or reply only to one platform, which makes a lot of sense. If there is something in the YouTube chat and you are replying there, it will be awkward to reply the same comment to the Facebook chat that other people they don't see. So that's the reason, and it's super easy with one click of a button to make it happen.
Yeah, I just think it's super intuitive too. Again, the biggest thing is minimizing the tabs. I think that's the big game changer there, where you don't have to have the YouTube chat open, you don't have to have the Facebook chat open. You can just have EVMux running in there, less resources, easier to manage, and you're able to utilize it a lot easier as well. So great question there. So we had a comment from Grandma Joe. It says, "This is awesome, and it helps where you are looking on camera, more professional and engaging. Thank you, 100%." And then we got a question here from Shawnette that says, "Are you able to delete/hide unwanted or spam type comments?"
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's definitely something currently. First of all, we don't have it yet. Okay, just to
Yep.
make it clear, we are thinking of ways to make it happen. I know that also because basically people commenting in the platforms, right? So this is something
Mm-hmm.
that is more expected from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all those, to allow you to do some filters, so those comments won't even shown on the chat. In EVMAX,
Right.
you get the comments and then you decide what to highlight. So of course you won't highlight comment that they are like spam and stuff like that,
Right.
so it won't be on the stream. But you cannot really eliminate them from being on the chat, kick people from the chat from
Mm-hmm.
EVMAX, not yet. But yeah, it's definitely something people asking for, so thank you again
Yeah.
for bringing that up.
Yeah, and there's also just to kind of help with that as well. Not only does the platforms have like spam filters you can utilize, but there's also bots that you can utilize that are called chat bots. So you can do just a search on a chat bot, and a lot of times those chat bots can also be an additional filter that filters through certain comments, especially if you know the things that are coming up that you don't want displayed. But just like Alad said, it's not going to show unless you want it to show on the live stream itself by highlighting it. So really excited about that. We got CFB Image to Davis tuning in from Florida. Welcome, welcome. Then we
Florida
got
is
here.
like
Florida's
it's
hot today.
crazy. Florida is
Hot
winning.
today. It's cold today, so it's, it's a little bit.
It's a bit
It's
cold
nice
today.
though. It's nice though. It's nice to get a different break. So we got a question from Domino Entertainment. It says, "What does EVMux have in store for the small business markets to increase the customer experience and live connection for sales or communication?"
That's a great question, and I think it brings up all this, I call it vertical, all this industry, if you will, of shoppable live streaming. If that's what I understand from your question, like people that, and this is huge now, people talking about it all over the place, of doing live streams to sell stuff. If you think about it, it's kind of the new generation of the shopping channel. Okay, like back then, I don't know exactly when, but maybe 20 years ago or something like that, there was
Mhm.
in Israel, I know also in the US and probably in other countries, like a channel on the television that people watched and just got explanations and demonstrations on different, whatever you call them, products,
Mhm.
and then you could buy them, and it was a huge success back then. And there is a whole new industry coming up now. I know that in China, in the Far East, it's huge already for maybe
Yeah,
10 years or
true.
so.
Really.
And now it's coming in the recently it's coming,
Mhm.
it's becoming a huge deal in the US and in Europe. I know that Amazon Live investing there a lot, Walmart as well, and you will see that
Mhm.
more and more and more. And I definitely think that EVMux is going to be an amazing tool for that as well. We're working on it. Really, really soon we will support integrated Amazon Live streaming,
Mhm.
and then from there the sky's the limit. Is always listen community, understand what they need, for sure highlighting comments and showing products and stuff like that, that's part of it. But we'll see. We definitely see ourselves key factor, key player in this
Mm.
vertical of shoppable live streaming.
Nice. Love that. Super excited for that coming in the future. We got a feature request from Lockheed. He says the option to mark comments as favorite and that those are displayed in a separate favorite list. That way you can mark a comment and pick up later on without searching the chat. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. And I know we've talked about that multiple
100%.
times. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. I think the whole, now again, we're very transparent here in the town hall.
Hmm.
Now our chat, let's call it, or social comments, the way we call it in the platform, the social comments coming in, they're coming in a very simple, easy to use way. Very, very
Hmm.
simple. You just get them in by chronological order. you can highlight them, you can comment back, which is something we just added recently.
Hmm.
And basically that's it. And of course you see which platform they're coming from, like YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, etc., to be able to segment that. But that's it. We are working on giving you so much more in the comments. Things like, as you just mentioned, to be able to sort them, to highlight them, but not highlight to the stream, but make them, let's call them pinned up to be
Yeah.
on like your favorites. Put them in an order so you will know that there are comments coming that you would like to highlight next. It comes to crazy stuff like, in YouTube you get from when someone giving you donations, so it's a super chat
Get the
and stuff
super
like
chat.
that.
Yeah.
We do, of course, want it to be part of the Evmux chat as well. A lot of ideas there. We are always open to listen to what you have to offer. So that's a great idea that we already know about, because it is really like needed. Like, of course, you would like to be able to pin some comments and stuff like that. It doesn't end
Helps.
there. We have a lot on the roadmap, and we are more than happy to listen to your ideas. This is the way the roadmap is growing and prioritized accordingly. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
and it's always great to keep bringing it up, because it just helps. Also, the need and what the wants are, as well, to be able to help there. So we took a poll. If you haven't taken the poll yet or liked the town hall yet on YouTube, make sure that you do. But on the poll so far, we have you used the reply to comments feature? So far, 54% of you have said yes, 46% have said no, I haven't. So hopefully that number changes. You start seeing the value in using that feature to truly be able to engage with your community. So with that, we got another question coming in from Trumpet Master that says, can I link Nightbot to this? You wouldn't link Nightbot directly to Evmux. You would link Nightbot directly to YouTube. So if you use Nightbot, you should be familiar. Just a quick Google search of how to link Nightbot to YouTube, and then you'll be able to do all the customization and filtering inside of Nightbot, and that will take place on the YouTube platform. And then the comments may still come up, or it may come up as deleted inside of Evmux. But again, you have this ability to decide on what you want to display or what you don't want to display. So that was a great question. So it says here, and again, any of the questions that you're asking don't need to be related to the topic that we have here today. The questions you have can be about anything related to Evmux, features that you're looking for, feedback, issues. It's open game. Anything related to Evmux you can talk about, or even things that we can help you to create better content, better live streams, better recordings. Use this time to use our knowledge and where we want to go with Evmux here as well. So Dominant Entertainment says a large gap between small business creatives and their audience due to the technology boom, especially live streaming and hybrid events. 100%. I agree there.
Yeah.
Susan
Definitely.
says, have we got some Evmux merch yet?
We said also in the last town hall, I don't remember if you've been there, but this is coming with the live booster event. We will announce next month the exact dates, but it will be for sure mid-January. And then we will include some merch part of this event, so stay tuned.
Yep, 100%. And then Lockheed says, I got to ask my weekly question. Can we get some tender loving care for the mobile guest experience, please? It's always great to bring
working
it up.
on it. The mobile, so I'll explain. We do a lot of research all the time. The thing with mobile, we see two things. First of all, of course, it's a lot about the internet connection, because mobile people, a lot of times, they just join from wherever outside,
Right.
from their cars, from their wherever, and the internet is just extremely bad. With that, we don't have much to do, okay? We don't have much to do. But we also know that people with Android phones, probably 2 years old and more, there is an issue generally with cameras and the browsers. Probably it will be solved at some point by Google Chrome by itself. For now, we added a note that pops up for people with old phone, that we recognize an old phone, and we're just telling them, listen, you have an old phone, and you might have quality issues, so maybe you'll use another device if possible. And also we are working like crazy to make it better, to make it more stable for mobile. We know that for mobile the experience is not as good as for people using regular laptops, computers, even iPads. So no crazy news for you yet, but I promise you that this is our top priority.
I agree. And then we have here another question from Jim Lawyer. Welcome, welcome. Says, do you have any recommendations for a guest management slash show management software?
Ooh, I can tell you that from my experience, me specifically during COVID of managing maybe 300 high scale projects for enterprises, you will laugh at me, but it was Excel spreadsheet. Like this is at
Yeah.
the end of the day for this kind of stuff, I found it the most easier because it's the collaboration that Google did there with spreadsheet is phenomenal. You're working on this
Mhm.
sheet together with multiple team members. Super easy, super simple. This is me. Maybe there are things more intelligent, maybe more innovative a little bit. I don't know, something that really was easier for me
Mhm.
than Google Spreadsheet for this management. I mean, to create the list of people, to add their link, to, this kind of stuff, the logistical stuff that you don't want to do, but you have to do to make it
Mhm.
successful. So this is what worked best for me. But I'm also happy to hear from other folks if you have any ideas there, because, management tools is always good to know.
Yeah, 100%. So hopefully that helps. Excel spreadsheets, your best friend. We got Susan Downs. It says, is the live event, I guess she's talking about the live booster event, is it going to be live in person and virtual, or one or the other? And where would it be?
Yeah, so it will be virtual for sure. We currently decided that we won't do an in-person event simply because Evmux is really, we have people from all over the globe, like Nepal
Hmm.
and Australia, of course, the US,
Yeah.
Europe, like every country almost you can think of, we have people there. It's not that we have like crazy amount of people only on Florida or
Right.
stuff like that. So that's why we decided that virtual event would make more sense. And also, like last year, the hours of the event probably will be in at times kind of like now, like 1 p.m. Eastern, which is
Mhm.
a good time for a lot of people in the globe. Like the most people, like for Europe, it's the
Right.
evening, for Pacific, it's the morning, for Eastern, it's like the noon
Afternoon.
time.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make it work for everyone, and it's virtual so you can see the replies if needed. We're just trying, and again, open for any suggestions here. We're just trying to make it work for as many as possible.
Yeah. 100%. So it's an event you don't want to miss. It's completely free to attend. So make sure
Yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah,
definitely
for
tune
sure.
in. Amazing speakers are going to be there. Says Virginia Citizens Defense League says, I understand that you are planning an upgrade to show the names in the comments from Facebook. When will that take place?
Yeah, so that's not really an upgrade. What we're going to do really, really soon, Facebook, they just have a process that your viewers, they have to make to do. So their names will be, let's call it, their privacy settings will allow
Mhm.
their names to go to a third party platform. I'm trying to phrase it as clear as I can.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a Facebook thing. What we are going to do, it will be added to any post you are doing to Facebook of a
Mhm.
live stream. We're going to add a small paragraph just explaining people how to make it work, how to go to their, it will be a link that they need to click and kind of approve Evmux as a tool that they allow Evmux to grab their
Mhm.
names. So this is what we're going to do. It will be added automatically, so you won't have to worry about that. But remember, if they won't do it proactively, their names won't be shown. This is a
Mhm.
Facebook limitation. If this is something really, really important for you, I think that's one of the reasons that YouTube is the number one platform people are using. It's
Mhm.
easier, it's more open. They're not that strict like Facebook in the names things and in the comments. Sometimes people just put a link on Facebook and show YouTube only. It really depends on your show and how much the comments is part of it, an important part of it. Um, so yeah, I think again in Facebook people will have to do it
Right.
actively by themselves. It won't work regardless.
Correct. All right, perfect. We got in the basement with next steps in KC. It says, will EVMux be trying to allow push button effects to live stream opposed to having to create another scene using a stream deck?
100% yes. I don't think it's instead or something like that. What I can
Mhm.
say that pretty soon we're going to add the ability to play effects and music, that it's not part of the scene. So it will be just
Mm,
as kind of the same as banners and comments work, right? It doesn't matter which scene you are. If there is a banner playing, you can play different scenes, the banner
mhm,
will still be there, ticker will still be there. So same idea about music and sound effects. You will be able just to play them, and it doesn't matter which scene you are playing. If I'm playing now a track of music, I can play it in this
mhm,
scene. Then I'm going to the next scene. This music will still play unless I will stop it. So it's kind of another layer on top of the scenes. This
mhm,
is how we're going to design it, and I think it will give you. Remember, when we are creating a feature, we're trying to think of, let's do it as robust as possible so people will use it in different use cases.
mhm.
um, so you can use it as background music, you can use it for effects, you will be able to use it for so many different use cases. And I'm sure that, like in Prosim, that we're surprised all the time what people are doing with it, we will be surprised how people leveraging this feature. It's coming up pretty soon, stay tuned.
Yeah, super excited for that. So we got a question here. We got DeFi Rebels. Welcome to the town hall. Says a chat feature constantly doesn't work or connect in studio. Known issue or fix? I think we need a little bit more details in regards
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
a
Yeah,
specific platform. I know that we
yeah,
had some issues with Twitch, with the integration there,
mm,
for a while, but it was fixed for sure. Like, Twitch is fixed, and comments works perfectly. YouTube and Facebook, we never had any issues there as a major problem. Like, here and there, it might
mhm,
be a connection issue that we need to resolve, specifically with the client. But there is not a known issue that I'm aware of. If you're talking about
mhm.
Twitch, so yeah, we had something and it was fixed. Let us know in the comments, or feel free to contact us after the town hall directly.
Perfect. We got a question here from Student of the Word. Says, question, I have been broadcasting the last 2 weeks. I've been receiving someone typing from certain sites. I am teaching the Bible. How can I stop these people? So it's going to be kind of similar to what we recommended in the beginning of the town hall, but it was in regards to filtering out. And I see that Lockheed and Susan have jumped in Web Squadron as well to assist you with that. But inside of YouTube, you would go into your back end of YouTube and be able to set up certain filters or words to block out. Now, I'm going to tell you just from experience of being a part of multiple live streams that a lot of the times you may block out one certain or block that account or block certain words, and they'll make new accounts with different symbols, different things. So, it's hard to get away from it. YouTube is working harder and harder to be able to eliminate a lot of those chat spams to come in, but that's going to be the solution for you to be able to kind of address that as much as possible to limit
That
the amount of
that's
things that come in.
definitely the
Yeah.
number one problem with chats and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Um, you know, um, just try as much as you can using the tools YouTube allowing you. Maybe, as we said about those bots and stuff like that. Currently, we don't provide in Evmux anything,
Hmm.
but to be very honest, YouTube are going to do it much, much better than Evmux either way, because they're really investing in it specifically, because at the end of the day, it's their responsibility.
Hmm.
Evmux is just the streaming platform. We get the comments into Evmux for you to be able to highlight them, but we don't really control them. They are being written on YouTube, as an example, Facebook, Twitch, whatever. It's their responsibility, and they are providing
Yep.
tools, and they will provide more and more. So
Yeah.
just use what they offer you and try to really, catch
Hmm.
all the words and stuff like that. It is a war,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. And one good thing that Lockheed recommended for anybody here as well is that you do have the option to be able to change your chat to be for subscribers only. So only people who are
Correct.
subscribed to your channel. And then you also have the ability to how long do they need to be subscribed to you to be able to go ahead and also comment and chat. And like I said, I do agree that it does filter out a lot of spam accounts, especially if you put a little bit of a wait time before they can actually comment. That also helps as well. So we got a question here from In the Basement of Next Steps KC. I think it's a follow up from what he had before. He said, what about the on-screen animations? Anthony showed me how by duplicating a scene and adding the animation, but how about if unadventurous multiple animations? So this was here where there was an animation, a WebM file that was placed in front of a scene, like an animation, let's say something popping up on screen. Well, you can't trigger it directly inside of the layers feature. So maybe in the future, there's an option to be able to control different layers different things inside of a pro scene to trigger with a hotkey to allow you to be able to do that. But right now, in the basement, kind of the way that I showed you by duplicating the scene is it's the only way currently right now you're going to be able to get that animation to happen without having to have it on loop, which was the
Yeah,
kind of
but
the issue you were having.
that's
Yeah.
exactly where the new feature that we are going to release is going.
Mm,
I guess is going to help there,
okay.
because yeah, it will be kind of uploading stuff that you can play whenever, regardless which scene you
Right.
are at.
Right.
So it can be, I talked about music, but it can be also animations. It can be
Perfect.
effects. It can be sound effects. It can be
Mm-hmm.
different stuff. I don't know for sure what will be the scope of the feature once we released it, but as long as the time goes, as long as we hear feedback
Mm-hmm.
from you, it will be the same mechanism. So, and then when we have the mechanism of playing stuff, regardless which scene you are at, it will be just very easy for us to add more and more and more stuff, like
Right.
animations. Okay, let's add animations. Alerts, let's add alerts.
Perfect.
So that's the way for us to start,
Mm-hmm.
listen, and then add more features and more capabilities to this feature in the near future.
Right, 100%. So we got here, it says, Grandma Joe says, comment, using mods in YouTube chat can help monitor chat for you. You click your mod's name in the comment while live and they select mod and they can remain mods anytime they hop into your videos. Yeah, 100%. So you could go ahead and select volunteers to be moderators of your chat, to be able to also be an additional layer of protection for comments that are coming in through as well.
That's exactly
Definitely.
what
Yeah,
I said. YouTube is giving you a lot
the
of
tools.
different
Yep.
ways already. You just
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure that you know them and you leverage them smartly.
Right.
And they will add more and more. Like in the future, let's say a year or two from now, I'm sure that there will be AI here
Mm-hmm.
and there that will recognize people that, like, you are spamming in one channel, they won't even let you in another channel and stuff like
Right.
that. So,
Right.
or they will see, as you said, your channel is about religion, and they will see people talking about things other than religion. By definition, they will just block them, or they give them,
Mm-hmm.
like, not the direct access to post or
Right.
whatever. There will be a lot of improvement there for sure that YouTube will put in the platform for sure.
Right. 100%. So yeah, a lot of solutions. This is going to be a great town hall for those of you that are having issues with chat or just comments coming in. We talked about a lot of things throughout this whole town hall. So if you're just tuning in, feel free to jump right back into the town hall, look it through. There's a lot of recommendations to allow you to prevent spam inside of your comments. So with that, we have definitely a few announcements that we want to make. The first is the live booster event. Okay, you want to make sure that you mark down your calendars for the live booster event. What are the dates, Alon?
Yeah, for now we're talking. It's not final, but for now, let me make sure that I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the 17th to the 19th of January. But again, not set in stone yet because we still wait for some replies from speaker that we
Mm-hmm.
really want them to be part of the show. So it might be changed a little bit here and there, but that's what we are aiming for. As I said, mid-January for sure. Here and there, day here, day there, week here, week there.
Yep.
But because it's virtual, it gives us all the flexibility. No one is scheduling flights and hotels for this one. So, we can enjoy from it to be flexible. But for now, you can, make sure that you are available those dates.
Yeah, and it's definitely if you caught the first one, I know a lot of people here are from the beta group, so this one is just going to be way more exciting than our first one was, and it's one you don't want to miss. We've learned a lot over the year, and there's a lot of things that we can assist you with to help you level up your content utilizing Evmux. But beyond that, just level up your business online as a whole. The second thing is to make sure that if you haven't joined our affiliate program yet, that you make sure you become an affiliate. Again, we want to make sure that we always announce this to let you know that every time that you recommend someone to Evmux, that you are getting compensated for that. It's completely free to go ahead and sign up. There's a link in the description of the video, and you will receive 30% reoccurring commission for up to the first year of that user. So it's very generous. So we got a question here that comes in from In the Basement. So are we closer to stream effect feature close to being added to Evmux, new sub pop-up and donation? So he's talking about web browser source.
Yeah, okay. So web browser is a bit different. It's kind of, there is a connection to what I talked before of the ability to click and pop up, animations, pop up this, pop up that. because web sources are getting, let's call it, alerts from like the trigger will be things happening. For example, chats. Like let's take, you talked about donations. It's a very good
Hmm.
example. Like there is someone that donating you something on YouTube, and then YouTube gives you kind of super chat and showing that on the chat that someone replied to you. You do want it also to be part of the stream, that someone will pop up and say, hey, a donation from Anthony, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay,
Hmm.
is web sources. So for this, probably because this animation pops up automatically, you don't even need to
Hmm.
click on something. Once it's happening, there is an alert coming up. So
Right.
basically, it will be a scene that you're creating, and there will be a layer that will be called probably web sources, and then you configure this web source and you position it wherever you would like on the screen, and this
Hmm.
is where the animation will appear.
Right.
Okay, web sources is coming very soon as well. It's not instead of each other. They are both features that we're working on. The ability by click of a button to play things regardless of the scene that you are
Hmm.
playing, and the ability to show web sources. They are
Right.
similar in a way, but they are different, because web sources, it just pops up from a trigger happening,
Hmm.
versus other feature that you are playing something, playing music, playing an animation from your end. So
Right.
that's the main difference. Both of them being worked now on the work and will be released soon.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be a game changer beyond just the donations, what you'll be able to do with that feature there. So Susan asked, was the launch event recorded? Would love to be able to see it. I know it was recorded, but I don't think it's publicly available anywhere
That's
right
a good
now.
question.
Right?
Actually, we
Yeah.
should look for it.
Yeah. Right.
Definitely, we'll take a look. Like we have
um,
the recordings for sure. I just don't
yeah,
remember
but I don't think it's posted. Yeah.
where it's released and available. Interesting. We'll
Yeah.
check.
It could be if you actually go back. I think that at that time we did have the Facebook group open at that time. So
Yeah.
it may be early back in the Facebook group in there as well if you go farther back. But we'll
Might
definitely
be.
be able to take a look there as well. So let's see here. Next question. Okay, perfect. So if we didn't get to your question today, make sure that you jump on us inside of the Facebook group. Again, Facebook group is growing pretty quickly. And like Alad said last town hall, it is the best place to be able to get your questions answered, because not only is the team there to be able to address them, but also our amazing community is able to go ahead and join in and provide. And a lot of times you can do a search and your question may already have been answered in the past in there as well. And then with our final announcement for today, unfortunately, it's a bittersweet announcement. But ultimately, this is going to be next town hall would be the last town hall for me here with Evmux. Really, really grateful for the opportunity to be here to serve this amazing community, to be here and be with Alad and the team as well. There has been some opportunities and things and new directions that are leading me in a different direction. But I just wanted to say that I've been super grateful. Didn't want to taint the party in the beginning of the town hall, but at the end of the day, I just want to say it's been an honor to be here to serve you guys and to see what Evmux is doing. And just really, really excited a lot. I mean, it's an amazing journey that we've been on.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
I want to thank you, Anthony, for all the hard work in the
Hmm.
last, I think, almost 1.5 year or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's been exciting.
44 town halls together, but before that, we did amazing job
Yeah.
together to build Evmux, to get everyone to know Evmux. A lot of work to do
Hmm.
yet, but I think you did amazing. The tutorial that you've done will never go away; they will stay
Yeah,
there. So
that's
your
it.
face
That's it
will be
there.
around,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah. Yeah.
that you will stick around for the community, because the people are great. You love all of them,
I
and I
love the
promise
community.
all of you
Yeah.
that we will keep the amazing level that Anthony set for the content that we're creating. I want to wish you all the best in your new
Yes.
direction. And again, you will always have an amazing place in Evmux with us, with the founders, with the team, with the dev team. you're just part of us. It's not going
Yeah,
to change.
super
So
super
thank
excited.
you.
The community has been great. I know everybody's saying no, 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 but it, there's just we just gotta keep moving forward. Really, really excited. Everybody has been an amazing part of this journey for me. All the communication, relationships. Like I said, I don't think relationships need to go to an end just because different roles or different things are happening in everyone's life. So again, the community has been amazing for me. What Evmux is doing is amazing, and I still believe it's still the number one platform and still going to top all platforms that are out there in what is being done. And I guys, you guys are super, super grateful to see the things that are coming with Evmux here in the future. So again, with that being said, this is not the last town hall. Next week will be the last town hall. But we always have a great time here spending with you guys. What do we always say, Alon?
Yeah, that for you still. We'll
Yeah.
see you in
in
the next
next
one.
one. I love you
Thank
all.
you, everybody. We
Yeah,
love
yeah,
you all. It's been amazing. And again, Anthony, thank you for everything. It's not the last
yeah,
one, but it was. We are very transparent with all of you all the time, and
yeah.
we are
I think it's
showing it
super
again and
important.
again. We didn't want to tell you next week like Anthony is leaving
Right.
immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony is
Yeah.
still here until the end of the month, and we're still
Mhm.
great friends and in great relationship. And it's no hard
Okay.
feelings. Totally the opposite. Anthony just has an amazing opportunity ahead of him, and we wish him all the best. And for sure, he will be extremely successful
Yeah.
because he is the best I know. So
I love it.
thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Love you all. All right, I'm live. That was easy.